Hello friends, if you are still wondering where your Social Security Fairness Act payment is, this is the video you need to hear before you assume you were skipped, because there are two very different situations happening right now. Some people were already receiving a Social Security benefit that had been reduced by WEP or GPO. Many of those people were adjusted automatically. They may have received a one-time past due payment, a higher monthly benefit, or a notice from Social Security explaining the change. But another group is much easier to miss. These are people who never applied for a retirement, spousal, divorced spouse, survivor, or surviving divorced spouse benefit because they were told years ago that WEP or GPO would reduce the benefit so much that it was not worth filing. The trap. The Social Security Fairness Act ended WEP and GPO, but it did not magically create an application that was never filed. So if you never applied because the old rules made the benefit look useless, your issue may not be a missing payment. Your issue may be a missing application, and that one difference can change everything. The Social Security Administration has said that, as of July 7, 2025, it completed sending over 3.1 million payments, totaling about $17 billion to beneficiaries eligible under the Social Security Fairness Act. It's a real milestone. But it does not mean every possible person was automatically found, approved, and paid. This law does not apply to every public sector retiree. It does not mean every retired teacher, police officer, firefighter, government worker, or federal employee automatically gets more money. The key question is whether you had a pension from work not covered by Social Security, meaning Social Security taxes were not paid on those earnings, and whether the old WEP or GPO rules reduced or eliminated a Social Security benefit that could apply to you. So today we are going to translate this into plain English. We're going to cover who may have been handled automatically, who may still need to file, why spouses and survivors need to be extra careful, to ask if you already filed a new claim, how Medicare premium billing can get confusing, and how to avoid the scam version of this payment. Check number 1. Were you already receiving a benefit that was reduced by WEP or GPO? This is the first dividing line. If you were already receiving Social Security retirement, disability, spousal, or surviving spouse benefits, and that benefit was being reduced or eliminated because of WEP or GPO, Social Security may have been able to adjust your record without a brand new application. For many affected beneficiaries, the past due adjustment goes back to benefits payable for January 2024. That is because December 2023 was the last month WEP and GPO applied under the new law. Social Security benefits are usually paid 1 month behind, so a benefit payable for January is generally received in February. But the process may not look neat from the outside. Some people may receive a payment before the letter arrives. People may receive 2 notices, one saying WEP or GPO was removed from the record, and another explaining the new monthly amount. Some people may see a higher payment and still not understand how Social Security calculated it. So if you believe you were already on an affected benefit record, your first step is to check the paper trail. Look for Social Security notices. Review your bank deposits. Check whether your monthly benefit changed. Sign in to your personal Social Security account if you use one. Make sure your mailing address and direct deposit information are correct. A wrong address or old bank account can turn a benefit adjustment into a long, frustrating problem. And when you contact Social Security, do not ask only, "Where is my payment?" That is too vague. Ask this instead: was my record already adjusted for the Social Security Fairness Act, and did Social Security send any notice or past due payment? That question is much clearer. It tells the representative you are asking about your actual benefit record, not just a rumor you heard online. If updates like this help you protect your Social Security, Medicare, and retirement income, subscribe and turn on the bell. These rules can change, government letters can be confusing, and many seniors are never personally walked through what a notice means for their own situation. Number 2, do you actually have a non-covered pension? This is where many people get confused. The Social Security Fairness Act did not say every retired public employee gets more money. The important phrase is pension from work not covered by Social Security. In plain English, that means you earned a pension from a job where Social Security taxes were not taken out of those wages. Some public employees were in that situation. Some were not. Many state and local public workers paid Social Security taxes during their employment and were not affected by WEP or GPO at all. The question is not simply, did I work for a school, city, county, state, or federal agency? The better question is, did I have a pension from work where I did not pay Social Security taxes, and did that pension reduce or eliminate a Social Security benefit? If you call Social Security, use that wording. Say, I have a pension from work that may not have been covered by Social Security. Can you tell me whether WEP or GPO ever reduced or eliminated my retirement, spousal, or survivor benefit? Much stronger than saying, I heard people in my old job are getting checks. Job titles alone do not decide this. The pension record and the Social Security tax treatment matter. Check number 3. The never applied trap. This may be the most important part of the whole video. For years, some people were told there was no point applying. Maybe their own retirement benefit would have been reduced by WEP. Maybe a spousal benefit would have been reduced by GPO. Maybe a survivor benefit looked like it would be wiped out completely. Maybe a coworker said, don't bother, won't get anything. Maybe an old estimate made the benefit look worthless. Never filed. Now the law has changed. WEP and GPO ended, but if you never filed an application, Social Security may not have a benefit record to simply adjust. That is why this is not just a payment question. It is an application question. There are 2 branches to this trap. Branch 1 is your own retirement benefit. If you never applied for your own Social Security retirement benefit because WEP made the amount look too small, ask whether you should file now. The old WEP reduction is gone for benefits payable January 2024 and later, but other Social Security rules still matter. Your claiming age can matter. Full retirement age can matter. Earnings rules can matter. Application timing can matter. So do not assume your neighbor's outcome will be your outcome. Ask Social Security, because of the Social Security Fairness Act, do I need to file a retirement application now, even though I did not apply before because of WEP? Ask, if I file now, what month could my benefit begin, and is any retroactive benefit available in my case? Branch 2 is family benefits. This includes spousal benefits, divorced spouse benefits, survivor benefits, and surviving divorced spouse benefits. Under the old government pension offset, a person with a pension from non-covered work could see a spouse or survivor benefit reduced, sometimes to 0. That caused many people to believe there was no reason to apply. After the repeal, that old answer may need to be checked again. This does not mean every spouse, divorced spouse, widow, widower, or surviving divorced spouse qualifies. It means you should not rely only on an old answer from before the law changed. Ask Social Security to compare the benefit possibilities that may apply to you. A spouse may qualify on a current spouse's record in some situations. A divorced spouse may qualify in certain cases if the marriage and other rules meet the requirements. A widow or widower may qualify for survivor benefits. Surviving divorced spouse may also qualify in certain cases. But here is the practical detail many people miss. Survivor benefit applications are not available online. That is very important. A widow or widower may keep checking online and never find the application they need. If survivor benefits may apply, you generally need to contact Social Security by phone or through a local office. So if your spouse or former spouse passed away and you have a pension from work not covered by Social Security, ask this directly. I may be eligible as a surviving spouse or surviving divorced spouse. I also have a pension from work not covered by Social Security. WEP and GPO ended. Should I file a survivor application? Ask, would my own retirement benefit or a survivor benefit pay the higher amount? That matters because Social Security generally does not pay 2 full benefits at the same time. In many cases, if more than one benefit applies, the goal is to identify the higher payable benefit, not to stack 2 full checks on top of each other. The point is not to claim something that does not apply. The point is to make sure an old WEP or GPO assumption is not stopping you from asking the right question now. Check number 4. Did you already file a new claim after the law changed? There is another group that should not be ignored. Some people heard about the Social Security Fairness Act and filed a new claim after the law changed. If that is you, your case may be different from someone who was already receiving a reduced benefit when the law took effect. A new claim has to be processed. Social Security may need to verify the pension, the work history, the type of benefit, the application date, and whether other rules affect the payment. So if you filed after the law changed and you are still waiting, the question is not only, where is my back payment? Ask, has my new application under the Social Security Fairness Act been processed? Is anything missing? And what application date is on my record? That application date matters because Social Security has said the date you apply can affect when benefits begin. The Fairness Act ended WEP and GPO, but it did not erase every normal Social Security application rule. If you mailed documents, write down what you sent and when. If you applied online, save confirmation pages or screenshots. If you applied by phone, keep notes of the date, the number you called, and what you were told. This is especially important if you are helping a parent, spouse, widow, widower, or retired public worker who has trouble keeping track of letters. Do not rely on memory alone. Keep a folder. Put Social Security notices, pension letters, bank deposit records, Medicare premium bills, and call notes in one place. If a representative asks for dates or documents, you will not have to start over from scratch. Check number 5. Did your Medicare premium billing change after your Social Security benefit changed? This is not the main Fairness Act issue, but it can affect a real monthly bill. Some people had to pay Medicare premiums directly because their Social Security benefit was too small or had been eliminated. Others may have had premiums deducted from a civil service annuity. If a Social Security benefit starts or increases, the way Medicare premiums are collected can change. Do not stop paying your Medicare premium just because you are expecting a Social Security adjustment. Until you receive clear instructions, follow the premium bill you are given. Medicare coverage is too important to risk over a guess, but once your Social Security benefit starts or increases, review the notices carefully. If Medicare premiums begin coming out of your Social Security check, make sure you are not also paying the same premium through an old automatic bank payment. If you use Medicare Easy Pay, check the official process for updating or stopping it. If you use your bank's online bill pay, you may need to contact your bank. If premiums appear to have been taken from more than one place, write down the months, the amounts, and where the money came from before you call. The action step is simple. Do not guess, and do not stop a premium payment until you understand how the change is being handled. Check number 6. Protect yourself from the scam version of this payment. Anytime seniors are expecting money, scammers show up. A real Social Security adjustment does not require you to pay a fee to unlock your money. Social Security will not require gift cards, crypto wire transfers, or cash to speed up a Fairness Act payment. A stranger in a comment section cannot get your payment released faster. If someone says, "Pay me and I will get your WEP or GPO money faster," hang up. If someone sends a link asking for your Social Security number, bank password, or one-time code, do not click it. If someone says your payment will be canceled unless you act in the next few minutes, slow down. That is how scammers get people to make mistakes. Use official channels. Check your personal Social Security account. Social Security directly. Contact your local office if needed. And if a letter, text, email, or phone call looks suspicious, do not use the random contact information inside that message. Verify it through an official source. Now here is the call plan I would keep beside the phone. Put your Social Security notices, pension information, bank deposit records, and any application confirmation in one folder. Then write down the date of the call and the name of the person you speak with. Do not start with, "Where is my missing payment?" That may be too broad. Start with this. "Hello, I am calling about the Social Security Fairness Act. I have a pension from work that may not have been covered by Social Security. Check whether WEP or GPO ever reduced or eliminated any retirement, spousal, divorced spouse, surviving divorced spouse benefit on my record." Then match the next question to your situation. If you are already receiving a reduced benefit, ask, "Has my record already been adjusted, and did Social Security issue any notice or past due payment?" If you never applied because the old rules made the benefit look useless, ask, "Do I need to file an application now, and what date would count as my application date?" If you are asking about a widow, widower, or surviving divorced spouse benefit, ask, "How do I file if survivor benefits may apply?" Remember, survivor benefit applications are not available online. If you already filed after the law changed, ask, "Is anything missing? What month could benefits begin? And is any retroactive benefit available in my case?" That is the bottom line. The payment may not be missing. The real issue may be that the benefit was never applied for. The new claim is still being processed. The notice went to the wrong address, or the case does not qualify under the actual non-covered pension rules. Social Security Fairness Act ended WEP and GPO, and many affected beneficiaries already received adjustments. But not every public sector retiree is affected, and not every case is automatic. So check the record, check the notices. Ask whether you need to file, and if survivor benefits may apply, do not stop just because you cannot find the application online. Share this with someone who had a pension from work that may not have paid into Social Security, especially a retired public worker, federal CSRS retiree, spouse, widow, widower, or family member who was told years ago that applying would not help. One careful call can help someone find out whether they were already handled, truly not eligible, still being processed, or still need to file an application. and subscribe for more plain English alerts that help seniors protect their Social Security, Medicare, retirement income, and government benefits.